Hello again, YouTube. Yes, I have new glasses. Aren't they fantastically gold and gay as hell? Anyway, the only ones they had that would fit my fat fucking face. Yeah, I said fuck pussy. Anyway, yeah. I haven't done a lot of videos this month. I think this is like the third, maybe. Um, oh, yay. I got mail. Ooh. Yay. You took away my load. They'll give me something else. Oh, what's this? Gave you a little bit of a longer load instead. Oh, thank you. That's my dispatcher. He loves me. He's my buddy. Anyway, I'm going to talk today about money. Not the kind of money you might be thinking of. Like, I don't have there is no get fucking rich scheme out there. Yeah, I said fucking pussy. Anyway, like stop with that. Like, don't. If you see a video out there telling you, I'm going to teach you how to invest in this freaking real estate and stock market, blah, blah, blah. Go freaking read a book. You know, they're not teaching you something ain't known. Read a book. And you don't have to go to a seminar to read a book. That's so they can charge you $80 for the book. Seminars are a scam. Oh, a free 2-hour seminar. Stop that. Stop it. If you're interested in getting a hold of a distressed property, let me just say this, okay? Let me just spell this out, get this out there so you got it in your noggin. There are distressed properties, you know, but let's look up, you know, murder rate. Okay, now just figure probably most of your murders are going to happen in the ghetto, and unfortunately, that's just fact. A lot of them are going to be people that don't own a home, you know, but there's a certain percentage of murders that happen outside of the ghetto, and sometimes it's the homeowner. You know, sometimes it's the homeowner and their spouse who's doing it. You know, like the spouse gets murdered, and the homeowner is the one that did it, and his ass goes to prison. But he's not getting out. He's going to be gone a while. And here's what happens to his house. He doesn't pay the property taxes. And I know it sounds terrible. Oh, he owns a house, and it's probably where the murder happened, but he's not going to show up to claim the house. Property taxes go unpaid. There is it's a natural freaking thing. It's part of every damn county in the whole damn country where there's a list of houses that didn't pay their property taxes for the last 4 years. Okay? 4 freaking years. That's nuts. So, anyway, if you're into trucker math, that's 15. But I'm talking 4 years. Anyway, basically the person doesn't pay the property taxes for 4 years, and then they have some kind of a sale or an auction. In Oklahoma, it's an auction. They have it on the second Monday in June every single year. And you go to this auction, and the opening bid, because it's an auction, is the previously owed tax debt for 4 full fucking years. Okay. Now, put that in perspective. The house has been sitting there, you know, and I'm going with like the worst case scenario. Typically people just die. You know, that sounds terrible, but people die for whatever reason. They abandon their house. Maybe they went crazy and decided to go get drunk on fucking moonshine and walk up and down the streets in downtown. I don't know. Okay, I'm just going with the murder thing because it's the most, you know, disgusting version of it. Anyway, so you would go to this list, you know, and just browse through and check out the addresses. They have real addresses listed on this list because there's a property. It's got an address. Anyway, you can go on Google Maps to investigate such said property. Just type in the fucking address, you know. Look at the street view. You can see the front yard. It's kind of nice. You don't even have to go down there, you know. If it looks like something that you might be interested in, write down the freaking number of the property. There's a number to it, like a county records number. It's right there in the same damn list, right next to the address. Don't go look at the house. Don't, okay? Because that could be stupid. You know, you drive 20 minutes across town just to find out that it's been demolished because the place burned. You know, but Google Maps, well, they didn't get a freaking picture since it burned, so you think it's still there. Don't do that. Call the county. Ask them. Is that house still there? You know, I've called the county and found out that the property I was really interested in, and it was disappointing because this was a beautiful 4-bedroom house. I don't know if you know where Reservoir Hill is. In Tulsa, it's a nice place. It's right outside of downtown. It's just slightly south of the ghetto, but it's a super nice neighborhood, really nice houses. And this house was on the list, and I was like, oh, I want it. Well, it turned out there was some fucking drug dealer that lived there, and he decided to make like a 26-person hot tub or whatever in the garage and broke the foundation. So I was hot to trot for this property. And then a week before the auction, they demolished it because it had a structural problem. Yeah. And that's the other thing. The county's going to look after you. Yeah, somebody might have been fucking murdered in the house, whatever. If the house is not livable, they won't sell it. You know, they'll demolish it. The county's on your side. It's kind of a nice deal. So anyway, you go to the auction, you're going to have a little bidding war, because if it's worthwhile and you noticed it, I probably noticed it too. Okay? Just saying. And there's a bid, you know, and like, don't expect, you know, to pay $5. It's not going to fucking be $5. It never is. You're going to have to save some money up. You go in there with 1 week's pay, you look like a retard walking out of there with nothing. You know? Find a way to save 1 week's pay every month. It ain't that hard. You know? If you can't save 1 week's pay every month, then you just don't know how to save money. Get you a different book. Anyway. But yeah, you go and you get the property. Well, there's this thing called a probate period where somebody, you know, maybe this dude's son or his daughter, his wife, whatever. If you killed his wife, it's not going to be her. Anyway, somebody's going to show up and they're going to bitch. Oh, I want that property. It's my daddy's, blah, blah, whatever. And you can, at that point, say, hey, I, you know, like to pay my property taxes, and they'll pay you back. It's, you know, interest or whatever is added to it. It's not a big deal. But you get back 100% of your money plus a little. It's not a lot. And it's theirs. It sucks. But there's always next time. That does happen. It's not very common, but it does happen. Typically what will happen is you wait till January 1st of the following year, pay your property taxes because your name is on the deed at that point, and it is your property, free and clear. No mortgage payment, no monthly payments, no down payments. It's yours. Not kidding. And it's doable. You can fucking do that. If you have questions about it, my phone number never changes. Call me. Okay? By the way, this doesn't work in Canada. Sorry. I'm not sure what the laws are in Canada. Anyway, another way to make money, because, you know, I make this video about money, not just about properties. The stock market. Okay, there is no killer system. I mean, doing options, yeah, you can make a lot of money doing options. You can lose all your money doing options. It just depends on what you do. And knowing what you do means you need to read a book. And for me, one book. One. I don't recommend 15 books. I got one book. Seriously, I've read it 7 times now. Audiobook. I'm lazy. Anyway, it is called The Intelligent Investors by Benjamin Graham. Read the damn book. It's thick. Yeah. You know what? If you don't have the time to read the book, you don't have time to even look at stocks. Because there's a lot of shit about stocks that you don't understand. You need to understand that stuff first. So why would you go headlong in with a bunch of money to go invest in shit when you can't afford a $20 book? You know? Why would you go headlong into being an investor if you don't have the time to read a book? You see what I'm saying? Step 1, read the book. I bought this book for my kids. Neither one of them read it. I don't give them money to invest. It's that simple. You know? Yeah. And I would give both of them money to invest. Nobody wants to read the book. Nobody wants to think about the book. Oh, it's too damn hard to read a book. You know, I got nothing to tell you. You know? I mean, I got a system. My system works pretty well. It's actually kind of ironclad. I always make money. I'm not kidding. I've had a couple of purchases that went way low right after I bought them, but if you wait a while, they go back up. They don't go back up by much every day, but sometimes they do, and you get your money back. And what I do is I do limit buys. Like, let's just theorize a stock, GE, which I have not owned since, I think January is when I sold all my shares. Because I got tired of, you know, writing it down, buying more shares, and it go back up, and I write it down, buy more shares, and go back up. GE went through a little bit of a problem. This month, I think, I haven't even read about it lately. There was supposed to be some SEC report coming out about their investigation toward the, you know, the wrongdoings of reporting false numbers and shit, which was what GE did. That's the reason why their stock crashed, is they didn't do as well as they said they were doing. It's like Enron, you know, just GE's too big to fail. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, they lied. Nobody died, so, and it sucked to be them.
A new message has arrived. A new message has arrived. A new message has arrived.
Okay, that's loud.
A new message has arrived.
That's my money coming in, you know. And, yeah. Anyway, stock market wise, since I gotta go now. It's a simple system. My system is it's based on reality. Okay, it's based on the fact that you didn't fucking read The Intelligent Investor. I did, and you didn't. Once you do, this strategy is natural. You don't buy shit just because the price. You don't. You buy shit because the market. And that's the only thing I got out of that book. You know? But do you understand what I'm talking about there? No. Go read the book. It's phenomenally valuable. Read the fucking book, seriously. Pirate the book, I don't care. God, get the revised editions better. Anyway, I didn't pirate the book. I audibled the book. Yeah, I used a whole Audible credit. Yeah. Anyway, this particular strategy is whatever they're not talking about on CNBC specifically. I will do a search for stock news, CNBC, and I will take note of every damn update that they've done in the last week. If I can find a stock, and I don't care what the stock is, I don't care. If they're not talking about it, it's worth a shit. Period. Yeah. I know that sounds stupid. CNBC, here's the thing. There are a bunch of nitwits out there. People who don't read books. They read CNBC. Oh, well, fuck Fox News. Oh, fuck Yahoo. Those people are conservatives. I'm not kidding. Okay, that's 100% my stock tip. That's it. That's how I do it. And I consistently make 10% every week. I'm not kidding. Anyway, so these people, we'll call them, you know, the same term Benjamin Graham used, Mr. Market, you know, these people will, you know, say, oh, CNBC said to buy Apple. And they'll all flood in there and buy as much Apple as they can get. But these are people that don't read books. You know, these are people that don't have next week's pay waiting for them. They've got this week's pay making them panic because they're out of money. Okay, and then they go and blow every penny they have on some stock tip that CNBC gave them, because CNBC is the trusted resource for people that don't know how to read books. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Like, seriously. Yeah, if you don't believe me, go read some stories and look at the dates, and then go look at that stock's track record over the last 30 days, and you compare what days that stock fell. It's right after they talked about it on CNBC. I'm not kidding. I've been doing this for, God, years. Like, well, not years. I guess almost a year. Yeah. But it's something I realized because I was starting to think, well, maybe I could follow one of these tips. Motley Fool, Seeking Alpha, Yahoo News, all these. There's really good sources out there for information. CNBC tries to be a source for political information. Why would you trust their stocks? Think about that. Why would you trust their stocks? They're trying to make rich people broke. And I'm not kidding. Think about that. These people hate conservatives. Why the hell would you want to trust their news about a conservative's market? Duh! Anyway, so yeah, what I'll do is I'll go find a stock that is not on that list, and I'll evaluate it. I'll look at that stock, because CNBC is not talking about it. There's not a bunch of nitwit retards going and trying to buy it, you know? So anyway, I'll look at it, and if it's got slightly low numbers, well, I'll place some limit buy. Let's say theoretically the stock is currently $3.10, and it's typically somewhere between, you know, $3.50 and, you know, $3.25, whatever. It can go back up. You can kind of wager that, but I'll put in a limit buy for 3 and a nickel instead of 3 and a dime. Instead, you know, you buy it right then, you buy it. Yay! I might wait 3 or 4 weeks before it hits 305, and once it hits 305, poof, my order goes through. Not that day, but the next day, place an order to sell it for 3 1/4. Why? Because I don't fucking mind. I mean, making 20 cents a share, that's pretty good for me. Yeah. Anyway, whenever I say I make 10% a week, I do. You know? And I don't buy 10 billion shares, and I'm not a billionaire. I don't know why the hell everybody thinks I am. I'm not fucking rich. Okay? I have enough money to play with and then do other shit. If you can get in that position, my advice is the stock market is cheap and easy. It really is. Read a book first. You know what I'm talking about. There's also, as far as investing, you can invest in house auctions and stocks. You can also invest in car auctions. Yeah, it's a little bit more involved. Something I don't do. It's just like it's too much time. I don't have the time. But there, you look around, talk to a local wrecker, call the wrecker, say, hey, do you guys ever sell cars you got stuck out there in your lot? And they'll say, oh yeah. Check with your local, like there's Goodwill Donation Center, Salvation Army Donation Center, that the Car Angel and Boat Angel people, try what is it, 877 Cars for Kids or whatever, with K or with a C. It doesn't matter, either one of them. Find out when local auctions are. There's another really, 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 really good resource, and I'm going to tell you first, .gov, because it's the government, not the commercial people. .gov. And the beginning of that is GSA Auctions. There's two A's right next to each other. Don't forget that part. GSA Auctions.gov. Go there and poke around. Yeah, there's competition. You're going to have to come up with more than 1 week's pay to buy something. But depending on where you live, they have cars. They'll sell a car for $700 that's like 2 years old. Not kidding. Seized cars, like a nice Mercedes or a Dodge Viper or what the fuck ever, end up on this list. Yeah, that's seized by the federal DEA people. Yeah, it's going to go to sale. Your local police, they might seize a car like that and use it as a cop car, but when the DEA seizes somebody's car, it goes on that list. And they got other things like old lighthouses, like nuclear silos. No kidding, nuclear missile silos. Great. There's any number of things. Go look. There's nothing wrong with looking, and you don't have to go talk to Mr. Lesko about a grant. Just do yourself a nice favor and go talk to your local VOTEC. Ask them about a grant writing course. They'll tell you when it is. And either you pay for it, or if you're broke, you can get it for free. Go to the unemployment office. They'll tell you. Just say, hey, I'm broke and I want to take this class, and it's at the VOTEC, and they'll get you some paperwork to sign. You'll go to that class for free. Like, seriously, you're not fucked, people. Stop acting like it. Yeah, I said fucked. Pussy. Like, share, subscribe. Leave me a dislike. Comment something. For God's sake, comment anything. I don't care. Leave me a shitty comment. I'm glad with that. I'm doing this from the seat of a truck that earns me between $1,500 and $2,000 a week. I'm doing this from basically a jackpot. You might notice the one system I didn't touch, casinos. Yeah, there's a reason. Jackpot every week at work. Okay, stop putting your money into somebody else's giant freaking hotel. That's retarded. Anyway, bye YouTube.